so this is my limitation. I cannot promise a specific investment. But what I can do is put my own reputation on the line and campaign very publicly to say that if we pass this, I intend as the mayor of this city, and I'm only one vote, but an important vote, to fight to ensure that these resources are invested in exactly what I just described. Inclusive economic development, job growth, housing, and youth investment connected to our neighborhoods, especially our disadvantaged neighborhoods. Next week at the City Council, we're going to put forward a series of what I call metrics, how we intend to evaluate the impact of these new dollars should Measure U pass. And the metrics are going to be things like, how does a project affect, in a positive way, lower income communities? How many jobs are going to be created? How many young people are going to benefit? How many housing units are going to be built as a result of the investment? So we're going to say loud and clear that we intend to hold ourselves accountable to a series of measures and metrics once this passes. Is that a guarantee? No, because under the law, I can't give that guarantee. But I am standing before you and in many public forums saying, the only reason to do this is to invest this magnitude of money in improving the quality of life for people in our neighborhoods around jobs, housing, and investing in young people and their futures. Thank you.
Hata mai dua anai ning jewa wa sung po pe bu cho na mai pun be nai ning wa hata yem nai mai pe wa anai. Okay. Actually, the House of Young ni kong still fe nai thao dua Measure U ni nom legislation ni ko hang kong nom legislation passed ni na nai ka pe mayor na tun te yan ta na ni oi ha na so ha hai thing tu bua na te Mien bua in chung Mien na da ni kong ni nai ka cuz a lot of time nai ni bua tu siang yan ta na ni always mean pun da Mien mai Mien lu te phải to Mien hai conว่าหรือว่าให้ชิงอนุยุ่งให้ก้องเถาวิ่งได้เขาตองบัวได้เขาตองหรือว่าให้ห้างสิใจก้องเนาะหรือว่าให้มิงหรือว่า your voice is being heard so หรือว่าให้มิงก้องหรือว่าให้มิงโลจางเนี่ยจุ้งเนี่ยยังมิงยัดจวงยังมิงก้องหรือว่าอนุยุ่งน้องเขาตองในบัวอนุยุ่งโปรแกรมเนี่ยหรือว่าให้ก้องเนาะ most of the time เนี่ยยามเนี่ยมิงดำเมียนไม้เมียนยี่เขาตองดาวว่าไม่ตัวเมียนให้ฮิวตุโซจากให้มิงทิ้งหรือว่าช่วยได้หรือเปล่าไปก่อนจะเห็นห้างบนเมียนนะบนตัวเมียนจุ่มฮิวโซจากห้างว่าจุ่มกันนานเนี่ย community นะถ้าเราให้ฮิวตุก้องหรือว่าห้างแม่แต่ยามแต่ปุ่นบัวชัดเจนนะว่าเล่นเงินก้องแต่ห้างสัญญาณนอนนี่ก็ห้างนี่จะเป็นเมย์นะในยามตู้ตนานนี่จะเอาทิ้งแล้วไปช่วยโดนหลอกกงหลอกกงปุ่นใหม่กงช่างปุ่นบนเมียนเจียดาวใหม่กงโจชาวซ้อนแต่ยามวิ่ง停到 housing unit 呢，是買標參的官員，動到 income 買標嘢呢，是係停到頭呢，然後的話的話 there was one more thing 呢，講到，然後 homelessness 呢，的話買面，下買檔嗰邊又買工嗰邊做嘅，咁就現地就攞嘛，你唔係誒定講參嘅嚟啊，唔會係曉到地話唔會動罪犯唔會話，你話唔曉唔能曉能夠停誒定冷靜。Okay.
Hi, I'm Dr. Calpana, former principal at Johnson. I think we met there. We met with John Fleming. And I spent the time with a couple of the superintendent, Banda, and then Aguila. So good to see you here. thế là ia trả tới tiền bàn tiền nhiều quả cha này con tiền quả mà tầm diễn biến bị hiệu bền bỏ Mayor Steinberg, I just want to reiterate what you just mentioned about the purpose you coming here in Mien so that we have clear understanding a little bit.
Thank you.
อาจารย์ในก้อนไหน measure you อะไรก็อีเหมือนในใต้สนิมอ่อยใต้พวงปุตตะเยล้อมปัตตะเยสนิมได้โซในเปิดการเมืองในเจ้าโซมุจาเจ้าหน่ะเนาะผู้ห้ามในเปิดหมายได้ measure you นะ in November 6 is in the ballot นั่นเราตัดปีนี้ก้อนเท่านั้นเพื่ออ่อยที่ตัวกินเนี่ยจังโหเราได้อ่อยทั่วบนจวงแต่เนี่ยจู่มินชาเจนกินแต่ก็อ่อยปุ่นผ่านมิงเดี๋ยวจุผ่านน่ะมิงเราให้ตุ้ใจยามเปลี่ยนไว้ใจเย็นเส้นเปลี่ยน non measure you นะ 1 cent addition to the measure you before it's 50 cents right now making one basically asking ไอ้จ่าที่เตียนน่ะ sales tax เป็นมิงเนาะเดี๋ยวก็ตุ้นแต่ยามแต่ให้ถึงตุ้นกระซ้ำน่ะนี่จันโทแต่เท่ากว้างบ่ใช่บ่ใช่โทอ่อยมวยซุ่มปีเหี่ยวก็เท่าใน November น่ะelection จะโหดเอาปุ่นบ่ถึงที่นี่จงธนาผ่านนะโยนี่ว่านะความต้องก็ measure you เนาะสิตาบ่ไม่ว่าไหนทำได้เจ้าตัวนี้ my question is for Mayor Steinberg is you know Mien people have been in Sacramento since 1982. I think actually one of the silver flower girls husband not you, Nicole's family, Danny Tang, they would have first Mien family here, they came 1981, 82. They settled here on the 2nd Street, I think. So it's been 36 years since the Mien people moved into this area. And I find it frequently that most city officials, citizens, school district personnel, government officials don't really know about the Mien because this is the biggest Mien community in the world outside of Asia. Believe it or not, this is the biggest one. This is the center. That's why I moved up here from Bay Area. I lived 26 years in Richmond. I moved up here because this is like the hub to the center of Mien outside of Asia. Now, as I was doing my research, I found two things interesting that I would like to ask you, see if you can help us understand a little bit. I was struggling doing my dissertation to find data on the Mien in Sacramento, in school and in the city. We know this largest community because we keep an official records, but I could not find any official records. Without any official data, it's hard for me, for our community to know how well we're doing. What's our graduation rate compared to, say, African American, to Hmong, to Lao, to Chinese? What is our unemployment rate? What's our housing status? Those things I find troublesome. So this is my first question: is if there's a strategy or plan in place to have Mien be recognized, identified, and tracked, so that we can find out how well we're doing. If we're doing horrible, hey, you know, we need some help, right? If we're doing really well, hey, this excellent population, maybe they're doing something right. So that's first question. Second is this. I also did my dissertation, was doing that. I checked the California CDE data on the English learner population. There's only data tracked on the Mien in the whole state. English learner students population. I noticed that 1997, Sacramento City Unified School District have the highest Mien population, more than 7,000 students strong. And then it started declining. Right now, as of 2016, there are more Mien in Elk Grove than Sacramento. My question is, this is general question, doesn't apply to Mien. Mien may be just one subgroup, but maybe they reflect the overall movement of population from Sacramento out, which impacts our school district enrollment negatively. My question on that part is there a plan, or how do you plan to make Sacramento to retain people or to attract more people so they don't go to Elk Grove and join Steve Lee?
But that's, first of all, I don't know whether or not the city separately tracks the progress of Mien American community in Sacramento, but that's something that we need to check and understand when it comes to census, when it comes to quality of life evaluations we do, whether or not we break down the Southeast Asian population, for example, Bai, Mien, Hmong, Vietnamese. I don't know. We need to go back, and I have Darcy and Rachel here from my team, who, by the way, around Measure U, if anybody's interested in getting involved and getting engaged in the campaign, these are the two great campaign leaders who are helping us here. So you can talk to them. I had to get in that little pitch there. I'm sorry. I just had to do that. So that's question one. Question two. This is the whole point. And this is the whole argument I make for why we must invest in inclusive economic development in the city of Sacramento. We have to own our economic future. We have to create jobs here. We don't have enough private sector high-wage jobs. It shouldn't be that you either work for the state civil service or there isn't much for you to do here. Young people are making the decision with their feet all the time. Where are they going to choose to live? I want people to choose Sacramento. They'll only choose Sacramento if we invest in creating a more diverse, high-wage economy. Now, is that exclusive of Elk Grove or Rancho Cordova? I mean, ultimately, we need to work together as a region. But Measure U is about the city of Sacramento and to create the emphasis in the capital to invest in jobs and housing so that people can afford to live here in the city and don't have to move to other places because